Hi there, Lenny LaRocca with the LaRocca Real Estate Group at Vista Sotheby's International Realty. Today our topic's going to be what stays and goes in a home sale. Occasionally in a home sale there are situations that can be very frustrating for both a buyer and a seller. Specifically, it has to deal with fixtures and or personal property associated with the property. In real estate jargon, we call this real property versus personal property. Any good realtor should know the difference between the two, and when you're working with a realtor in listing your home, you want to make sure that you and your realtor are on the same page. An example might be that you have a washer and a dryer. A lot of people think that those appliances are fixed, and they are not. Let me give you a few more details on this. What's a fixture? A fixture is legally considered something like decorations, equipment, or appliances that have been attached to the home. Fixtures are regarded as part of the property and should be given to the buyer at the time that the property transfers from the seller to the buyer. There are a few ways to look at the difference between fixtures and personal items. And specifically, you want to look at how it's attached to the property. So for instance, if there's something that is, if you will, nailed, screwed down, glued to the property, then it usually stays with the property. Many times an item that has much confusion has to do with a stove. A stove is attached to a property typically through a gas line, assuming that it is a gas stove. The other definition of what stays with the property, if the appliance is an integral part of the property, meaning that it helps the property function. And so that would be another way of defining what is attached to a home versus what is personal property and doesn't convey with the property. So how can personal property and fixtures be confused? A classic example is with a microwave. Many times in today's homes, they have built-in microwaves, but many times they have an open cabinet within the kitchen, and the homeowner will buy that microwave and place that microwave right on top of the cabinet. Well, that microwave is not built into the property at that point. Now, if it was built into the cabinetry, it would be considered a fixture and it should stay with the property as the property transfers from the seller to the buyer. So items that cause the most issues around personal versus fixed appliances include the following: window treatments, believe it or not, swing sets, a basketball hoop, a mirror. Let me elaborate a little bit on a mirror. Many times in our homes today, we have a mirror that is hooked like a picture frame in the bathroom. In that case, that mirror is a picture and it would go with the seller. But if you do have a mirror that is actually affixed to the wall, then that mirror would stay with the property. Other items include wall-mounted TVs, which is really big in today's day of technology. Also light fixtures and lights. And believe it or not, sometimes there could be perimeter fences and items like that for some of our pets, like dog fences. Those items would stay with the property. It's real important that you work with your agent to clarify what is included and or excluded with the sale of your property. I find it best to always write those items right into the listing contract and to note those items specifically in the MLS. As I said before, it's real important for you and your agent to be on the same page. Some other areas that do require some clarification could be things like extra paint that would stay with the home, extra tile that was used maybe in the kitchens and in the bathrooms. How about gardening items that may relate to that home's landscaping features? And sometimes we could include firewood for the fireplace. And finally, just as a comment for the buyer, if you're a buyer and you're buying a property, it is very important that you do a final walkthrough with your agent. And when you do that final walkthrough with the agent, just make sure that the items that you noted when you offered on the property are still in place. Make sure that the lighting fixtures are there, any other items that you may have noted. And if they're not, you want to make sure to bring those to the attention of your agents. So in brief, that's really a quick snapshot as to what stays and or goes with the home in a home sale. I hope you found that informative. If you'd like a more complete list of those items that many times are confusing between the buyer and seller, please contact me and I'd be happy to send you some additional information. And remember, until tomorrow, have a better day today than yesterday. Make it a great day.